Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Sasquatch Watch Radio with your host, Billy Willard, and the Blog Squatcher. Strap in, hold on tight, get ready, because it is about to go down.
Hello, everyone. It's Monday, September 29th, 2008. Welcome to another episode of Sasquatch Watch Radio. Would like to go ahead and introduce my wonderful co-host, Mr. DB Donlin. How are you doing, DB?
I'm doing great, Billy. What's going on with you?
Just back home. Still really tired. We spent some late nights out, and I just didn't get caught up. I took a nap when I got home yesterday, but I'm still tired. So I'm still tired.
You guys are out. You told me on the phone today. You guys are out till 4 o'clock in the morning, carousing every night.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the Sasquatch population awake.
That's right. We've got to keep them awake. They're not allowed to sleep. But yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit, because we had one little interesting thing happen that we'll definitely talk about. But before we get into that, DB, I figured we'll let you take over that news anchor position, and you let us know if there's any news out there.
Yeah, I need to get that sound that they always get in the background when the news guy comes on. That kind of thing. I need that thing going to get into it. Well, let's see, what have I got? I got a couple of things. One of them comes all the way from Australia. So we've been recently talking about the multiple Sasquatch sightings up in British Columbia, and now I get something from Australia that has made it into a big enough newspaper that gets picked up by Google and sent to me. Right. And it comes out of a paper called the Singleton Argus. And there's a guy by the name of Gary Opit, who I've heard of before, but I'm kind of drawing a blank where I heard it. It might have been in that book by the about the Yowie. It's called simply the Yowie. Anybody remember that book? That's a really good book. If you haven't read it, I recommend it. So I've heard his name before, so I think he might be a prominent researcher in Australia. And he says that from his viewing of the photos, the footprints were made by a large bipedal two-legged animal, and in my opinion, more than likely a Yowie. So he would actually go to the paper and say that, without getting all nervous about it, without saying, well, we'll have to investigate this a lot more before we can decide. Though he says, I think it's a Yowie. So he comes right out and says it. And there's an interesting little tidbit at the back, at the very bottom of it, where the witness is saying that his dog reacted to whatever it was in a strange way. He says, a few years ago, I heard a growling near the tree line when I was doing some work on my shed at night. I'd never heard anything like it before. It was too big a volume and noise to be a dog. It frightened the daylights out of my 2 German shepherds who were with me at the time. Mm-hmm. Now, that's something that I had seen before on an investigation that I did, which I might have mentioned before, but I was in Kentucky, and there were these 3 humongous dogs. They were very large dogs. They were dogs that would just, strain at their chains. They had these big, heavy chains all. They would strain at their chains, and all their muscles are bulging, and they're barking. They look like they would like to, rip you in half. That's how big and mean these dogs were. But when something, which might have been a Bigfoot, was walking around in the woods behind them, they all laid down and acted like they thought they were going to die. So this reaction that animals have to the possible presence of a Bigfoot or a Yowie is very interesting to me. So I wish we had more sighting reports that would describe the reaction of animals more thoroughly, because I think that there might be some information in that we need to pick up on. So that's what I keyed on in that article.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I got something that's a little more on the lighter side. You ready?
Let's do it.
Got to brace yourself for this one.
All right, I'm ready.
What is it? The Jack Link's commercial where the Sasquatch is constantly getting bedeviled by people. You know, they pull a trick on him. He gets mad. He throws the person someplace. Yeah, I know you know the Jack Link's commercials, right? Well, on eBay, someone is selling as Sasquatch and putting that guy's face up, you know, as if it was, you know, the Jack Link Sasquatch that's doing the selling on eBay. He's selling rocks, eggs, and creek water. And I actually clicked on the creek water to find out, you know, how in the world do you sell creek water to people even? You know, it says, and this is as if he had written it, this jar filled with creek, that favorite creek of Sasquatch. Water in this creek is water that cool and always tastes good to Sasquatch. Me put some good rocks and green stuff in jar so it extra pretty and nice for you. Owls say Sasquatch really care about presentation. That make me happy. You'll be happy, too, if you have jar of favorite creek of Sasquatch. And you know what? I didn't check it today, but on the day I collected this, that had already been a bid up to $20.
Oh, my goodness.
He had at least 15 things up. Not all of them were up to that high of a price, but he had at least 15 things up he was selling. And, you know, he can sell creek water every day if he wants to. Just get a bottle.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know. That's a racket, let me tell you. That's a racket.
I tell you what, it just goes to show you, people will buy anything.
Yeah, especially right now where Bigfoot seems to be kind of hot. But I keep wondering whether he's going to get busted because he's using the image of the Jack Link Sasquatch guy, unless it actually is Jack Link's doing.
I have a feeling there's a copyright on that, so that'll be interesting to see how that folds out.
So that's what we got for news today.
All right. Well, there we go, folks. Well, the show tonight, of course, is dedicated to the East Coast Bigfoot Conference, which was this past weekend on Saturday. It was a great time. And as a matter of fact, I think we already have somebody on the line. Who do we got at 757? Hello, 757. You're on the air.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, sounds like JC.
Yeah, it's me.
Have you caught up on sleep, buddy?
Yeah. Yep, I'm caught up. What about you?
Yeah, no, I'm still tired. Still tired.
Oh, you worked today, that's why.
Yeah, I did. I worked. I mean, I did take a nap when I got home, but it didn't seem to really help too much. But oh well. Well, since we got you on the line, JC, we'd like to hear your overall reaction of the conference.
It was one of the best weekends I've had in a long time.
Great.
Eric and the PA Bigfoot Society did an excellent job. I mean, what a bunch of great people they are, and they did such an excellent job, and they deserve all the credit in the world.
I couldn't agree more.
It was great seeing a lot of people, you know, for the first time, you know, from the Blog Talk community, like, you know, Bob Coyne, Mike Killen, Alan, Regina, and so on and so forth. If I forgot somebody, I'm sorry. I just really had a blast. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, I had a good time myself. One of the speakers that was there that I've always enjoyed hearing speak is Bob Chance from Maryland. Bob, and me and you discussed this, JC, you know, Bob is the type of person, you can tell he was a teacher. The man has some of the best, look at this, why does Tom Lancaster call me on my cell phone?
You guys have the wrong number.
Now, wasn't that interesting? Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna mute myself out, DB, and he probably is looking for the phone number to call into the show.
All right, yeah, you take care of that, and I'll grill JC now while you're gone. All right, JC, now listen up, buddy. I want answers.
Give it to me, Blog Squatcher.
Right. This is the real question I've got for you. What was your impression of what the highlights were from the day? I know it was all great, but when you think back on it, what do you think about?
The highlight of the conference?
Yeah, not just the one highlight. I figured there's a few. You know, what would be the highlights for you of the conference? The things that made you think a little bit, or the things that you were glad you'd heard about, anything like that?
Okay, truthfully, the thing that really intrigued me was part of Billy's presentation when Sally Ramey and Olaf Seaman brought out the incredible tree twist they had actually brought to the conference to show us all. And
right.
it was just amazing. Seeing that, you know, touching it, seeing it, there's no way that was done by natural causes.
Right. About how many times around did it go? I've seen a picture of it, but I haven't seen it in person yet. You got right up close to it. So how many times around does it go?
It looked like it was, you know, 8 or 9, and it was going in different directions, and then it was looped over and tied in a knot, and it was just, there's no way, DB, that was not, I mean, if a Squatch didn't do that, you know, it had to be a Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. There's no way that could have been done by the weather or just natural causes.
Right. And even if a person had done it, from what I've heard, you would have to have some kind of heavy equipment to get that thing bent over in the first place.
Yes, it was. I think they said the circumference was, you know, how do you do it? Circumference or thickness? I think it looked like it was about 8 inches thick.
Mhm.
Or maybe more. You know, it was. There's no way.
Yeah, that would be pretty hard for us to do. Yeah, that's good. I've always thought that the twists are some of the best evidence, because in order to make a twist like that, you just have got to have hands. And, you know, I mean, the twists that I've seen in person weren't that big, but they're still impressive because you can't do it. With your little human hands, you know, people like us can't do it. And in order to simulate it, if someone was going to fake it, they would have to bring some heavy equipment in there. And the places where we find it, you know, there's no room for the heavy equipment. There's no reason for them to have brought it in there in the first place. They didn't know that the guy who found the twists that I saw, nobody knew he was going there. So why, you know, it wasn't that they were setting up, you know, like, oh, let's fool the Sasquatch investigator. That's not what happened. They didn't know he was going in there. So it's really, I think it's good evidence.
Right. It looks like a tree that's been twisted like a dish rag and tied in a knot.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
All right, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, great.
I'm back.
Have we got somebody else calling in soon?
I believe we have Tom Lancaster on the line with us. Is that you, Tom?
Yeah, hi. How you doing?
There he is.
Yeah.
Well, Tom, how about you? Have you did you get any rest?
Yeah, very little, that's for sure. I mean, we got in that one night pretty damn late. It must have been 4 a.m. or later. That was that's way past my bedtime.
Well, we heard JC. JC just gave us a rundown of some of the things that he enjoyed at the conference. So, Tom, we're going to give you an opportunity to kind of give your rundown of some of the key points and things that you liked at the conference.
Well, you know, I did like Mr. Chance, how he was sort of forthright, and you know, you can tell he was a teacher and seems pretty knowledgeable and all. And, you know, there's an entertainment value to that, which is, you know, very important. You don't want to be bored by Lancaster. That guy is a bore. This guy, he's a dynamic speaker. He really is. And, you know, people are not there for their occupational training or something like that. They're there to get entertained. And maybe pick up a few little tricks to put in their bag of tricks at the same time. So, I enjoyed listening to the entertainment factor there, and I think he said a few things that were sort of new.
I agree with you, Tom. That's what, matter of fact, that's what I was talking about before you had called me on your cell phone. I was telling these folks here that he's a great speaker, and he's very good at engaging the audience. He walks around, the conference hall, and really it's kind of a way of really getting up close and personal with folks, and I think he did an excellent job.
Yeah. I think the audience was gypped because D.V. Donlin had a lot to offer. I think they would have been wound and down by his stuff, but D.V. had some serious obligations, and they were totally understandable.
D.V., you gypped us. D.V., you gypped us.
Now hold on a minute.
There's always next time, right? There you go. But I think, D.V. is also another good speaker, and he has some things that are, in the field of audio stuff. He has a great contribution there, and it's got to get the word out, and that would be a good avenue to do that.
Yeah, if I'd have been there, I was just going to blast calls at people.
Oh, I see.
I was going to say, hey, listen to this, then blast the call. And then have you heard this one? It might have been entertaining, but I didn't think I was going to have a lot of time, so I hadn't thought to prepare anything really big.
But I think as far as the talks go, it was very positive. I really thought each talk had its own merits. Just like, when I look at my three kids, each one has got their strengths and weaknesses, and there was something enjoyable in each one of the talks. There was something that came out either in their expression or a particular fact or an opinion or whatever. It just, there was some things that I learned, and then there was some times I laughed. Of course, the time that Billy had to, Billy told the audience about some of the hilarious moments that we've had out in the field. And I was actually laughing, But Billy's qualities were showing pretty well. I thought, Billy can tell a great story, and he really told some, what had happened to us, and the way he voiced that, into a plot line. It was, very entertaining, and you could see the audience very attentive to what he was saying, and listening very carefully to, what exactly happened. And, I thought your talk, Billy, was very well done, and I enjoyed it, and just like I enjoyed, the other talks and the values that they, or not the values, but the entertainment value that they brought, and also some of the information that they had brought.
Let's talk a little bit about that information, because we would have some listeners who weren't able to attend. So give us an idea of what your presentations were about.
Well, the one thing I was disappointed at is that the Florida girls didn't have a really good picture of a three-toed skunk ape print. I was disappointed.
You better be glad Diane Stocking's not in the chat room.
That seemed to be, everybody seems to be grasping that as that's a way to pull their chain in a joking way, because, they don't believe in using the word skunk ape, and they don't believe in three-toed prints, so everybody was sort of pulling their chain about that. There, just little things like that were humorous, and that was occurring all throughout the conference.
For the record, that was Tom Lancaster and not John
I don't know, John. I think I heard
Yeah.
you say something like that too. So.
But I talked to it's Diane, and I'm terrible with names. I'm a great with faces. I'm terrible with names. Billy, help me out. Diane and
Donna.
That's it. Okay. I got to know them because they sat at dinner once with us, and they're really nice people. I thought they were very enjoyable to be around. You get to know people face to face, and it's a lot different than on the internet. And of course, I'm not on the internet that much, so I don't know. But I just really enjoyed, all the different personalities, and got to know some people that I didn't know before. And as far as the tidbits, the little, like I said, the little tricks to add to your bag of tricks, it's one of those things where you hear it, and as you're working on your project, it comes into your mind again as you're working on your project. Say, oh, I remember that. Someone was saying that at a conference, and so on and so forth. So I can't really list out every little tidbit that I learned, but it's something that's archived in my head somewhere, and it'll come out eventually when I'm working on something out there. And so, it's just more knowledge. Of course, we don't really have any factual knowledge. That's, maybe we have prints and we have some hair, maybe, and some other things like some scat and whatever else. I mean, it's just, but we really don't know. We don't have one of these creatures to study, so our knowledge is very limited, and so our foundational knowledge is limited.
Let me grab. Hey Tom, let me grab these other callers real quick. They've been holding for a while.
Okay.
I don't know who else we got here.
Right.
662. That's got to be Henry May and Bill Green.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I see we've
How
been
you
joined
doing, Billy, DB?
we've been joined by the Don in the chat room. Did he ever make it?
Yeah, Don came. He came right over to my table and shook my hand.
Cool.
I didn't know if he would or not. Cause,
Yeah, Billy and DB. I'd like to thank Eric and Sean for letting me webcam the Bigfoot Conference and stuff. Even though I couldn't hear sound, it looked like it was going really well and stuff like that. And I mean, it looked like the presentations were really great and stuff. Sean showed me the vendor booths or the tables and stuff full of books and different Bigfoot stuff, and I was like, holy cow, a lot of people contributed to it.
Yeah, I was glad you was able to look at that, Bill. Even though you wasn't there, you were there in spirit. We all knew you were watching Sean's webcam, and we were chatting to you back and forth. So it was good to kind of have you there in spirit.
Oh,
if
by
Sally
the way,
wants to know. Let me get this in real quick. Sally wants to know if Bill saw them waving at him.
I saw a bunch of people waving at me up close to the cam. I almost fell back off on my chair a couple of times. But it was fun to do it on webcam. I wish a lot of people that have conferences would let people do things on webcam. Especially if you can't make it, or it would have been good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have to ask this. I absolutely have to ask this. I heard a rumor that that creature seeker Bruce just about ate all the food in the restaurant, and then Saturday, he broke his chair during Billy's presentation.
Oh no! I didn't see. Is that why I saw the excitement?
Y'all.
Everybody get up real quick.
Hey guys, I've got to tell DB about this. DB, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I had to do it. It was during my presentation. I had been teasing him all day because the night before at the meet and greet, the man had had a 32-ounce steak that covered his plate.
Oh my God!
Did he finish it?
He finished it all and ate a pie a big
Oh my
chocolate
God!
Yeah.
I don't know where this guy puts it, right? So what I did was the next day he had went and gotten like a couple hot dogs, a hamburger, and then not long after that he went and got another hot dog. I was like, Bruce, where you put? You know, I was sitting at the table. He was at the chair, kind of right in front of me. And while I was up giving my talk, it was just hilarious.
Oh no!
He's going to
All
kill
the
me.
people get up real quick.
He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me, but he deserves it. He was sitting there, and I'm up here doing my presentation, and I hear this, you know, this sound. I look over there, and Bruce is laying on the floor, and I did it, folks. I did it. I was on the microphone, and I said, Bruce, I told you not to have that third hot dog.
I can't wait for the DVD.
Oh my God!
The video.
That's
right. That might be on. Yeah, yeah. You could be right. He'll get me.
Yeah.
So, you talk about bottomless pit. My gosh.
Yeah. We developed.
Wait a minute. There is a picture of the flattened chair on my MySpace page with Bruce's name. With Bruce's name.
Oh, I can't wait to. I'm gonna check that out later, John.
It has his name
my
still
God.
on it and everything.
Wow.
By the way,
Don't
I
you
know
know that-
Eric is in the. I know Eric is in the chat room. I want to send out a hearty congratulations to him and to Sean and to the entire Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society for their record-breaking attendance. 560 people were there.
Congratulations, guys. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I also posted something about it on my blog as well about the attendance. So congratulations to the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society, to Eric Altman and Sean Forker, all the folks oh yeah, and Kelly. Kelly's in the chat room. Congratulations for all their hard work. Wish I could have been there. I'm going to try and make it next year.
Well, you could have got a lot of paraphernalia there, Henry, because nobody was really buying very much, and I know Eric was just wishing that he would have got you up there.
Yeah. I would have probably needed the U-Haul and take everything back.
Yeah, Billy, there's been a lot of stuff on various Bigfoot forums lately, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always.
And Cryptomundo and stuff, and nothing worth talking about.
Yeah, even did y'all look at did y'all see DB's the blog Squatcher? DB's got
not today.
several articles.
I haven't checked it today.
Well, I'm crossing you off my Christmas list then. I did have a nice set of matching river water glasses from Sasquatch himself, but I don't think you'll be getting those this year.
Uh-oh.
Oh, goodness.
Well, it sounds like it was a blast. It sounds like it was a big success. I mean, you know, once again, congratulations to the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society. It sounds like you guys had a great time. Wish I could have been there, but hey, I was there in spirit, so, you know.
Well, that was good. Let me see who this is. We got someone else here on the line. We've got a caller from
Bill, did you have any other questions?
No, I'm pretty much done. Thanks, Billy, for letting us talk about everything about the conference, and we'll continue listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in.
All right,
Henry,
guys.
Bill.
Yeah, no problem. Y'all take care.
Bye-bye.
See y'all later. Bye.
All right, we also have a caller from the 703 area code. You're on the air. 703, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yep, who's this?
This is Zola.
Hey, man, what you up to, dude?
I was just calling in, just listening finally.
Oh, you just calling in to listen in? Oh, I think we lost him.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden it went to no caller, so I think we lost him. He must have been on his cell phone.
Billy, Did you bring up the twist, or were you talking about the twist before I came on?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, someone had
TV and
mentioned
I were talking about it.
What's that?
TV and I were talking about it.
Okay, all right. That was pretty fascinating, and it was well mounted, I thought. It was probably the best twist I've ever seen anywhere. You know,
It's a good one. Billy, we got a question for you.
Oh, okay.
This is from Kite Squatch, and the question was about when you were in Texas and something seemed to grab your leg. Kite Squatch wants to know, did you hear anything after you reached over and slapped at it?
No, I did not. As a matter of fact, I honestly thought that at one point I thought I was just having a nightmare. So once I hit it, no, I did not hear anything. All I know is whatever it was, let go. But no, I did not hear nothing.
Yeah. Well, it was when we were driving back home, which took a couple days. Billy's leg was. He was complaining about his leg being sore. I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it was, it had a good grip above my knee, and it left a mark. So it wasn't a bruise; it was just a red mark, and it was sore, and it stayed sore for a few days. So definitely was a interesting experience. I can say that. Let me see who this is. We have a caller from the 516 area code. You're on the air.
Hey, Billy, DB. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Mike Killen.
Mike Killen, what's going on? Hey, JC, what's up? I got to say, it was a great pleasure meeting everybody at the conference this the other day. Everybody I hadn't met yet, JC, it was great to meet you, and Eric and Sean and all the gang there, and Bill Duran Guinness and Creature Seeker, also known as the bottomless pit, and boy, I tell you, Billy, just wait till Dolphin Free gets a load of this download. Wait till he downloads this show and hears it.
You'll get me, believe me.
Yeah, I think you better watch your back for a while.
So, Mike, since we got you on the line, Mike, I've done asked everybody else. What were some of the highlights or some of the parts that you enjoyed at the conference?
Oh, there was so much. It's hard to pick one thing, but definitely that whole presentation on the tree twist, that Sally and Olaf had there, that just blew me away. That was amazing, and hearing about it and seeing the pictures from where they found it and everything. And some people have different theories about really bent, twisted trees. Like unusual storm damage. They call it micro bursts, when you get a really like hurricane force wind just hitting one little spot. Some people have theories that this could happen, form some of these twists. It's possible, but if you had a microburst, I would think even a small, a localized microburst, if you will, would have to damage trees at least in, say, a 25-foot radius, and you could see none of those other trees, some of them were within 10 feet, were perfectly untouched, So that's shocking. That's quite amazing to see that. I think Sally and Olaf, they have a great find there, and I think Sally's presentation was great, and of course it was great to. Was waiting to hear from Bill Duran Guinness about his new camera system, and that was really interesting. So if I had to pick a favorite, I would say listening to Bill Duran Guinness talk about the I Gotcha camera system, and Sally talking about the tree twist. I had to pick a favorite, but I tell you, one of my other favorite moments was when Bruce when Bruce came tumbling out of that chair, because I got to tell you, man, it was funny. I'm glad he wasn't hurt. And once we saw that he wasn't hurt, then of course it's funny. But I got to tell you that he was only about 6 feet away when that happened. I think everybody was turning around looking, and then Billy has to go and add insult to injury and ask him about the third hot dog. But I tell you, Eric typed in the chat before that he was boring, when he gave his presentation. I got to say, I didn't find it that boring, but apparently one guy sitting next to me in the second row did, because there was a guy sleeping while Eric was speaking, and Bruce has the picture to prove it. So, I don't know.
I think that guy just didn't have any sleep.
That guy did doze off, and Bruce got the picture to prove it. He told me to lean back out of the way so we could get the picture of the guy sleeping. He's like, I got to tell Eric we took this picture when he was talking.
Yep. All right, let me see here, Mike. I'm gonna pull a couple more callers. We got more callers hanging on here.
All right, Billy. Look. All right, well, you guys
Mike?
take care.
Oh, thanks for calling, Mike.
All right, guys, take it easy.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, I think we have Olaf on with us again. Olaf, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yep, I can hear you just fine. I didn't know if you had dropped off, lost your cell signal, or what.
My phone died.
Now, we've asked everybody else, Olaf, what was some of the key points and some of the things you enjoyed in the conference? I'm gonna put you on the spot, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, your presentation and Tom's I think were very outstanding.
Well, I thank you for that.
Well, you did I was very impressed. I enjoyed the whole thing. I mean, nothing was boring about it. I mean, it was very informative. I enjoyed Bill's thing on his I Got You camera. There's a lot of neat ideas with that toy going on in the market. I could see a lot of people going to be getting that thing.
Oh yeah.
And I think Eric, he did an outstanding job. I mean, the way he put the thing together, and I think the thing ran very well. I think we need to come up with a better idea with drawing the tickets on the door prizes.
Yeah, that is one thing. DB, we had, Eric was drawing raffle tickets, for some of the door prizes, and there was one point where I think he must have drawn, I don't know, a dozen tickets and caught off a number, and nobody ever even. He actually started telling us to just write in the number on our ticket.
But I did get a picture of Bruce falling off the chair.
It seems like a couple people did.
I did.
I often wonder if during the sale of various items, if there was a copy of the freezer and the suit for sale, what would happen with that? That would have been pretty funny, I think.
Well, see, that's the reason. Well, see, we didn't have the freezer there, Tom, because DB was supposed to bring it for us.
Ooh, what?
Oh, I see. A copy
I must
of
have
the
missed
freezer.
that memo.
No, a
We do
copy
have
of
another
the
question.
Yeah.
Are you talking about a freezer with like a Bigfoot in it? Because I wasn't listening. I was reading in this. We have another question if you're interested.
Go ahead.
Somebody wants, Squatch Inc. wants to know more about the I Gotcha system. Not everybody knows what that is just yet.
Okay.
Who wants to describe that?
Well, basically, the I Gotcha system, the key component in the I Gotcha system is the DVR system. It's a unique system that's designed to be able to be left at a site for long periods of time. As you know, most of the problems with most of these trail cams and these video systems is battery life. Well, this particular system that Bill has designed has a special feature that can turn the DVR on and off at will in order to keep the battery life staying longer in the system. In other words, whether you have it set up to be triggered by something with heat walking by, motion, whatever your trigger device is, it turns that system on, it shoots about a minute worth of video until whatever it is gone, and then it shuts the system back off. And by doing that, you save the battery life, and you can leave that thing out there months at a time. So that's the key. That's really the key component in the system. Now you can buy the accessories from the I Gotcha system website that he's going to design. It's not ready yet, but it will soon. But you can buy camera systems, you can buy, IR type systems, you can buy, heat seekers, whatever you want. He's got the accessories for it, but the key thing with this DVR system is you can buy your own accessories and use your own equipment, whatever you want. So it's very versatile.
Billy, it's also really quiet too, right? Something about it being quiet.
Yeah, he has perfected the the encapsulation of the thing so that it doesn't emit the ultrasonic sounds. And Bill has always been a key component in stating to folks that if you ever watch some of these trail cam and video systems, one thing that he noticed right off the bat is the deer always seem to be looking right straight at the camera with their ears twitching back and forth, like as if they were hearing something. So if deer can hear those sounds that the camera systems are putting out, then it's a possibility that, a creature like Bigfoot may have well-developed ears to hear that type of sound as well. So I hope that answers the question.
That was good. And did you mention that was Bill Dranginis that's making the I Gotcha system? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think you covered it then.
Well, let's see. We've got another. I'm in trouble. Creature Seeker just showed up in the room, so I'm in trouble now.
You mean Cow Seeker? Never mind.
Oh boy. Let's see. We have another caller from the 724 area code. You're on the air.
Hey, Billy.
It sounds like Eric Altman.
Yeah, that would be me.
Yeah, you sound like you're still tired, buddy.
Yeah, I'm fried after this weekend.
I'm sure you are.
I was out Friday night. Well, Thursday I got home from work, and I finished working on the conference stuff till about 2:30 in the morning. I was up Friday early to get my kid off to school, and then worked on the conference stuff all that day. When I got to bed about 2 a.m., I was out putting street signs out on Friday morning. Well, actually it was Saturday morning till about 2 a.m. Saturday night we were out till 4-ish. 4:30. I got home about 4:30 after I dropped Donna and Diane off at the hotel. And yesterday I went to bed about 11 o'clock and back up early again this morning to get my kid up for school. So I haven't slept. Well, actually I had to get Donna and Diane back to the airport this morning too. So I didn't get very much sleep this past weekend, so I'm a little fried right now. But the reason I called in is to, first of all, thank everybody who attended the conference. Everybody's saying I did a great job. Well, this is the reason why I worked so hard on it, to make sure it was a success. So everybody, who attended enjoyed themselves and learned something, shared some information, got to meet people they wanted to meet, come out and learn a little bit about Bigfoot and had a good time. So I'm hoping I accomplished that. Secondly, I'd like to personally thank the guest speakers, yourself, Tom, Bob Chance, Diane Stocking, Bill Dranginis, Mike Frizzell, Sally. I think everybody did a great job, and I applaud you all for the excellent presentations that you guys put on. Olaf, thank you so much for bringing out that tree twist. That was quite a surprise and quite impressive. And lastly, I'd like to thank the PBS members, the volunteers, the folks who helped me with putting this conference together. Without those guys, I don't think we could have pulled off such a professional conference. But most importantly, I'd like to thank everybody that attended. Without anybody attending, there wouldn't be a conference. And, from the turnout we had this year, from those who attended, it to me says that people are enjoying these things and that they want to continue to have more conferences. So I'll take a year off, regroup, and start planning for the 2010 conference sometime in the summer of 2009.
You mean 2010?
Right, the 2010 conference. For sometime I'll start planning in 2009.
Gotcha. It does take a year. I know it takes a long time to get all that together.
Yeah, and I'm going to look for a much larger venue because Pitzer's is a decent place to hold a conference, with the restaurant right downstairs and everything, and they've got great food, but it's just a little too small for all those folks that came.
Yeah. Well, I know at one point there was quite a few folks lined up and standing in the back and kind of down the sides as well. So yeah, it was a good turnout.
Yeah, the 560 is the most that we've ever had, and we had 400 paid general admission at the door, 145 paid in advance. We had the guest speakers and their guests, PBS members and volunteers. We let in several people at the end that came in around 7 o'clock. We didn't charge them admission because it was so late. We had a bunch of kids under 12 come in too. So we were around maybe 560, 570, something like that. So it was a good turnout. We were quite impressed with that and pleased with it. And it just shows us that there's still an interest in Bigfoot even after this crap that happened this past summer.
That's right. Maybe even more so.
Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say is thanks, everybody, for helping me make this a great, successful conference. And, I'll be hiding somewhere in the woods. So everybody have a good night.
All right. Thanks for calling in,
good
Eric.
night.
Thank you.
Good night, Eric. Good job. Yeah, and, you can't say enough for all the work that went into that. And, I can't think of all the names of the PBS members that were involved with setting up chairs and doing everything that needs to be done before the conference. And there's a lot of work there, and it should be applauded.
He did Eric and all the folks at PBS done a great job on that, and he should be really proud. He really should.
Yeah.
I think we've got another caller. It's a 000 number, so I'm gonna assume it's a Skype caller.
Hello.
Yep. Who's this?
This is the Creature Seeker.
Hey, Bruce.
I just laughed just hearing his voice.
Since I've seen my name bandied about there in the chat room, I thought I'd call in and defend my honor. I just want to say, first of all, I did not break that chair. I was the unfortunate victim of a structural defect in that furniture. For the record, I did not break that chair.
Well, I'm gonna let somebody be the judge of that. DB Donlin is a really good interviewer, and DB, just ask him the right questions.
Bruce?
Yes.
Now, you say you didn't break that chair, but do you have any proof of that?
Well, I was in close proximity to the event, as it were. And
So you didn't like take the chair to like an engineer and have it inspected or anything to actually prove that it wasn't you that broke it?
No. But I have to say for the record that Cartwright said to me, I think it was only 15 minutes before, he said, Bruce, that chair's going to break. And I said to him, Cartwright, you just stick to squatching. Let me worry about the chair. And you know what? The chair broke.
I think Cartwright had a saw on that chair about 15 minutes before is what he was telling you.
And then it's my understanding, too, that there's some pictures floating around of what I had for dinner a couple nights there at the restaurant. And, the picture always adds 10 pounds. So it's not as much as it looks.
Well, in his defense, in Bruce's defense, anything you ordered there was king size. I ordered an appetizer. I mean, the appetizer was fried zucchini, and I thought, okay, it's just going to be something to nibble on. That thing was a meal. I mean, and the rest of the table was acknowledging it. It's amazing the quantity that they serve there. So you order a steak and they bring out a 32-ounce steak. It's pretty amazing.
That was amazing. And the thing is, that Boston cream, it was the chocolate cream pie that I washed it down with afterwards. That was just
Well, wait. Go into detail. How does that wash it down exactly?
Well, you know, you need a little chaser after a 32-ounce steak. So
You got to fill in the corner.
Okay, there you go.
Some chocolate cream pie does the trick. You know.
I don't know if I needed that. I don't know if I needed that visual, DB.
Well, you know, Tom, you went for that zucchini twice. Both nights you went for the zucchini. That thing was like watermelon slice. I mean.
I know. The second night, that's that and applesauce and mashed potatoes, and I made it a meal.
Oh, it was awesome. And here's the thing that people don't know is that that was just dinner. Earlier that day, I had actually gone to that restaurant down the street, and I had a 15-ounce Delmonico steak with a side of pasta. And so I had, by the time dinner rolled around, I was starving.
You were starving?
Yeah.
Wait a second. That's amazing. You must have an empty leg or something.
He's got a tapeworm is what he's got.
Well, I would have killed the tapeworm by now. Something like that. Well, I had a.
Well, more power to you. If you can pack it away, as you get older, you won't be able to enjoy that luxury. You'll end up just getting fat.
Well, you have to do a fair amount of carbo loading when you go to conferences like that. So.
I see.
Well, all I have to say, Bruce, you should have just stuck with the chiclets.
Well, you're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for that. I can't believe you just said that. I can't believe that. That's why you are.
I know one listener out there that's laughing.
Oh, you guys are dead.
Okay, we'll skip over that. Let's see here.
The great thing about that conference was just being able to meet all the folks that I chat with in the chat room, and Regina. I met Regina, and of course, Shaboom was there, and I tried to catch up on all the hugs I missed out for, when she was distributing hugs the last time. But I'm still probably a couple hundred behind HBM. But let's see who else was there. Coin, Killen. I mean, it was great. It's just a lot of fun. It was very educational. The speakers were great. It was just a blast. I can't wait for the next conference.
I can't either. It really was a good time. I enjoy those conferences every time I go. But let me grab these other two callers real quick, see who we got on there. Y'all can stay on, so just hold on the line. Caller from the 267 area code, you're on the air.
Hey, it's Kelly, guys.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
How's everybody doing?
Very good.
Good.
I think between Thursday and as we speak, I think I am still running on about a total of about 6 hours sleep, if that.
Oh,
My flight came into Philly about 6:30, and I just wanted to say a couple things. Number one, Bruce, there aren't pictures floating around unless somebody else took them, but I haven't uploaded mine yet. But I do have pictures of Bruce in mid-feed at Pitzer's. I even went into stealth mode and got on the floor and snuck up around the side of the table and just stuck my camera up on the table to get pictures of the meeting.
I totally forgot about. That's right, you do. I'm trying to eat. I had ordered the 20-ounce sirloin, and I had an order of crab legs, right? So
I got pictures of you eating pie. I've got pictures of your plate, your whole spread, everything. So you know what? You can deny it all you want. They're going up tomorrow.
I think I think that was the food for the table, not just for me, Cal.
No, I focused on your place setting specifically.
That is so wrong.
Hey, hold on just a second, guys. DB, do you have a question from the chat, I believe?
Yes, I got one from Kite Squatch, and the question was, do you have any, or does John Cartwright have any, recent information on sightings in Southeast Virginia or Northeast North Carolina?
I do not. I haven't had anything down that way at all. JC, have you heard of anything down that way? or is JC still with us?
John.
He's pondering.
Where'd he go?
He must have left.
Oh.
JC, are you still with us?
Snuck out the back door.
He must have. He walked out the back door. He snuck out. So
He's usually coming in the back door, so that's kind of a cheat.
We won't go there.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
That's right. Let's see. We've got another. Let me get this other caller on too. Caller from the 757 area code.
This is me. You had me muted.
Oh, we had him muted out.
Yeah, there must have been a reason for that.
Hey, John.
What?
Did you get to that chiropractor? You're complaining that you needed to see a chiropractor, right, or something? Didn't I hear something about a chiropractor?
Yeah. Bruce, you need to shoot me an email so I can recommend a chiropractor, bud.
I'd rather you recommend a good steak place, actually, to tell you the truth.
Oh, my goodness. So, JC,
John, are you hearing anything?
Yeah, do you hear anything, John?
Billy, don't forget about the one down in Suffolk. You can tell about that. That's down that way.
Yeah, that's true. That was back, let's see, that's been at least 6 months ago, hasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it was during the summer.
Yeah, it was about
during the
3
summer.
months ago.
Yeah, we did have a report from down in Suffolk, and I'm trying to remember. Do you remember the name of the park?
No, I don't remember the name of the park. I'm sorry.
I would have to look it up, Kite Squatch. I'll send you the name of the park. But there was a sighting down there. I think someone saw a red eye glow, and then there was some rocks thrown at a tent, and that kind of thing. A figure was seen as well. So I do believe I have something. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. DB's got it. He just put it in the chat room. It was a report from down in Suffolk. So, all right, everybody got quiet. What's going on?
Well, is
we
Kelly
only got
still
about
there?
3 minutes.
Kelly, are you still there?
Yeah.
Pardon? I'm still here. Hello.
Well, why don't you talk about what you enjoyed in the conference?
I got 3 minutes.
Wow.
We've got 2
Better
minutes.
talk fast.
Oh, I can't do it all. I can't do it all in that time. It was my first conference, so I'm still on cloud 9. But there's a lot I could talk about. There was a lot of highlights for me. But I just want to say one thing. Putting this thing together was a lot of fun, and we really came together on it. And the volunteers, I mean, we really kicked butt. But having said that, I got to say, Eric has been stressing over this for well over a year. We had a meeting last August 2007, and he was still trying to light a fire under our asses about getting this thing together and should we even do it and where are we going to have it. And he's really, sometimes it seems like he's doing, a lot more than he needs to do, and he's really taken on a hell of a lot of, the quote-unquote burden of this conference, and he's been working on it for so long. And I just wanted to extend my honor and my, hats off to Eric.
Yeah, Eric did a great job.
Eric is, in the process of being stressed, You tend to release that energy in negative forms for some. Eric never, showed any of that. He's good people. He really is.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good people.
Well, I hate to say this, folks, but we have run out of time. I want to thank everybody: Tom, Kelly, Olaf, Bruce, JC. Of course, my wonderful co-host DB, Henry, Bill. Thanks all you guys, Eric, for calling in, making this a great show. And just so that everyone knows, next week we're going to have, as a matter of fact, he's in the chat right now, Swamp Rat, also known as Dan, from Florida will be on the show next week telling us what's going on down in Florida. The man has been in the field. So he'll tell us a little bit about that. So thanks, everybody. DB, thank you so much.
Well, good night, all. Good to see everybody this weekend.
All right.
Good night, great show, Bill.
Bye, Kelly. Bye.
Have a good night.
Good night, John Boy.
Get some sleep.